everyone. I was just thinking about a mentality that drives me crazy. There's this mentality that denotes popularity to some form of quality. Either it's the more people that like something, the better or worse it is, or the more well-known it is, the higher or lower the quality is. Usually it tends to go the more popular something is, the worse it is, or the worse the fan base is, or whatever. A lot of people believe that more doesn't equal better, that it's quality over quantity when it comes to fandoms and shows and things like that. And if it goes mainstream, it's bad. This is the stupidest fucking mentality you can have. I'm sorry. You're not getting off the hook. You're a fucking moron. Quality and popularity are two separate things. Shit becomes popular, quality becomes unpopular. It happens. There are people, and of course there's quality that becomes popular and shit that becomes unpopular. This is a good thing in a way, because that means, more people, can see it, and maybe we'll get more of similar things, because it's what the people want. That's not a bad thing. You don't want more of a good thing? Okay? And of course, people complain about fandoms getting popular, and I think the reasoning for that is mostly because more negative or ways they don't think are right. Now, negative I can understand not liking, but the thing is, yeah, of course the negative is going to increase. The population of the area increase. The positive is going to increase too. Again, negative just tends to be a little louder to us because we tend to look for that, because that usually means danger. As for not doing it the way you do it, meaning you're not a true fan, fuck off with the true Scotsman fallacy bullshit, alright? As long as you're not hurting anyone, you can enjoy a fandom any damn way you please. And if you don't like that little thought, then you can just shove it up your ass, alright? You're a snobbish, hypocritical piece of shit if you think that way. I'm not beating around the bush with this. You are a piece of shit. If you think I'm doing your fandom wrong, maybe you're doing your fandom wrong because you're being an asshole about it. Sorry, that's just the way I feel about you. The thing is, there is no right way to do a fandom. There really isn't. Want to know why? Because a fandom is about enjoying something. That's the core of it. A fandom enjoys things. Enjoys a specific thing or a set of specific things. And as long as you're not being a complete and utter asshole about it, you're fine. Okay? Now, that's not to say there aren't fandoms that have bad reputations, but again, the negative is louder than the positives. I'm going to use bronies as an example here. A lot of people think bronies are misogynistic men who have overtaken a little kid's cartoon. Well, they're not writing it, they're not producing it, they're not controlling its creative direction, and they have absolutely no power on what episodes get shown and what merchandise gets sold. At least not before it's released. Yeah, sorry, that's not a lot of power. They haven't overtaken anything. You just feel that way because you think they're louder. Now, I've met bronies. I know a lot of bronies. And by the way, yes, if you're a fan of My Little Pony, you're a brony. I'm sorry. That's the official term for it. Deal with it. Guess what? Most of them are very nice, creative, friendly people. Oh my god. Did I just say bronies can be nice? Have I committed a blasphemy? No. I'm an open-minded individual that judges people on their actions and not what fandom they're in, because I'm not a prejudicial piece of shit who is so snobbish they think everything is great or bad depending on their popularity only, instead of looking at what the actual fucking product is. I'm not stupid enough to ever do that. Yeah. I really think people that believe that popularity denotes quality are stupid. I really think this. Another example, the Steven Universe fandom. I'm kind of into it. I saw a few episodes and I really like the show. I think it's a very good show. But people are complaining about people who say are thin and want to roleplay as Rose Quartz, who's a bit on the chunky side. Well, if that's their favorite character, let them. If they want to draw them... Okay. You know what? I'm just going to give some advice. If you're going to be in a fandom, Here's what you're going to have to learn to suck up and put up with. Alternate versions of characters. Suck up and put up with. People are allowed to do this. It's just being creative. It's creating an alternate universe. Just think of it that way. Think of it as an alternate universe. 2. Headcanons. Everyone's going to have a different headcanon, and the only canon that really matters is the official canon, which is the canon of whatever the creator creates. But people are allowed to have headcanons, and sometimes they're right on the money, sometimes they're not. 3. Rule 34. The porn rule. Yes, there's going to be porn of it. Grow up and suck it up, alright? Porn isn't bad. Get over it and go through puberty already, alright? Fucking idiots. Yeah, this kind of pisses me off. Like, oh my god, you can't show a porn of that. They don't have to... I got a question for you. How did Steven get formed? Because he sure as hell isn't a fusion. I'm doing this at the Gems fandom because they do think that even though they said Rose shapeshifted essentially a uterus to have Steven, saying Gems don't have sex. I'm pretty sure they had sex to have Steven because Greg was human. Especially since the official story is she shape-shifted a uterus. They didn't say it explicitly, but they pretty much said she shape-shifted it. Meaning she gave live birth, which means gems are capable of it. Which is kind of interesting that they can choose to either do it asexually or not. That's actually a very interesting thing, but people don't want to accept that because they think the fusion is the sexual thing, essentially, or the kindergarten is the reproduction, which... yeah, it is, but they're not allowed to do that too. It's their canon, and they said it's possible. So, and yes, people come up with fan fictions that would never happen in the actual story. So fucking what? They're called fan fictions for a reason. They're fiction within fiction. Let people have their fantasies. Let them have their fun. That's part of having fun with it. If you don't like it, okay, don't look at it, don't read it. It's not getting thrown in your face unless the person is an asshole. It's so stupid. It's just so fucking stupid. If you are so sensitive about a fandom that you can't tolerate people having a little extra fun with it in a different way, or having more people in it because you're afraid that'll reduce the quality when it probably won't, or, here's the flip side, if you think a show is so popular that it can do no wrong, shows like Family Guy go into this category. I stopped watching Family Guy a long time ago, and I caught a couple episodes here and there afterwards, and I cringed at a lot of them. It was like, really? Really, dude? This is what you're going to do? This is what you're going to... And like, the way they... like, Meg's treatment gets worse and worse over the seasons. It's all kinds of horrible stuff to the point of, look, stop. Somebody needs to tell you guys no or cancel the show for good. It's run its course. It's not funny anymore, at least in my personal opinion. But people think because it's so popular that it can do no wrong. Yes, it can! Just because a show is popular, done by a popular guy, doesn't mean they can do no wrong. I'll be honest, apparently Seth MacFarlane is kind of a douche. He is kind of a douche. He's fairly talented, but he's still kind of a douche. I'm not saying this because of, like, the Oscar speech he did. That was stupid and in poor taste, but it's Seth MacFarlane. They didn't see this coming? You know, that's more lack of foresight. You know, your lack of foresight is not a problem on my part. And you can't really get offended at him because he's just kind of an ass. At the same time, you know, yes, he can do wrong. Anyone who's popular can do wrong. You know, okay? You know what? I'll prove it. I will prove that I cannot be blinded by fandomness. The lead singer of my favorite band, Rammstein, is coming out with a solo album in May, and I intend to get that album no matter what. I know this is already working against me. Here's the thing. I'm going to review it. I'm going to review it song by song while my cat decides to try to open the door on this channel. And I will be as objective as I possibly can. Obviously, I will have some bias, because I admit it. But I will be objective as I possibly can. And you know what? I'm going to do it and prove to you that even someone who I admire can do wrong. They can make a mistake, if they make a mistake or two. And I can already tell you a concern that a lot of people justifiably have. Some of the titles of the songs are a little... Let's just say they would make it a 12-year-old boy giggle, right? Well, we'll go with that, because that's pretty much what the category is. Now, this could just be a way of getting attention, which is understandable. You do want to sell the album, and that's a good way of doing it, like it or not. But it's also, the first time this person has ever gone solo. They've never done that before. So, first outing bumps. It can happen. I've heard also a piece of the music. And the music sounds absolutely beautiful so far. So, let's see. Let's see what they do. Well, my cat sits here. So, what do you say? If I do this, will those listening to this channel admit that I'm right and that fandom is just about enjoying something and not about it being perfect or popular? It's just about having a fucking fandom. It's about you like thing, other people like thing, let's get together and like thing together. That's literally all a fandom is. And yes, this does mean that anything can be a fandom. That's just the way it is. You like thing, I like thing, let's get together. And I am right if I can listen to this album and critique it objectively. If I can't, I'm still fucking right. Because I still listened to it. I still reviewed it when I listened to it, and I was willing to at least try. I'll catch you later. Bye.